that pick of your guitar?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
If he's in Katy Perry's going to space, she's literally about probably setting off in a sec.
So,
What's she going by?
1 minute, I'm setting off.
firework.
Unreal.
There in 10. That is mad. Look,
Is that real?
that's Katy Perry. Is in that.
Oh, is that
she
live?
That's live. Look,
Oh my god. Oh, she's going now.
she's literally setting off.
Joe.
Look, that is Katy Perry.
That looks fake.
Is that real?
California Rockets.
Is this actually genuine?
Honestly, that is on BBC News Live.
Why Katy Perry, though?
I don't know. I was just probably trying to get away from Russell Brand.
That is absolutely mental. Good space.
That is so random.
That is bizarre. It sounds like a joke.
You've got cross wires.
I say I've got it on.
Katy Perry space launch.
Yeah, the last 11 minutes.
Look. Katy Perry takes off on space flight.
That is mental. What's she doing? She gonna move?
I don't know. I don't
No,
think
they
they're
just,
actually
they just
going.
go up to like into the atmosphere a bit and just float around and then come back down.
That is absolutely mental.
Do you reckon they got tunes on?
Got firework on.
Oh, yeah.
Is it all done by machine, or is there actually sounds weird, but is there a driver?
Remote controlled.
Good evening, everybody. It's us. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Sherlocks podcast. You're joined by Brandon, Trent, Alex, and myself. We're talking absolute garbage for as long as Trent gets out of this edit. I'd imagine it's going to be a short and sweet one tonight. Hope you're all well on this Wednesday evening. Let's start us off. What we've been up to, boys? It's Monday, isn't it, today? So, coming off the back of the weekend, anything interesting happen?
Fell off my bike.
Oh, no.
Go on, show the war wounds, Trent.
There's the arm ones, and then I got the shoulder bad. I got the knee bad as well. I got it there as well, but I'm not going to show that. I got it right there on my nose. I smacked my nose off something. I got a busted lip off something. God knows what happened. Good job I was wearing a helmet.
How fast were you going?
I wasn't going that fast. God knows what happened. I could not tell you. I was wearing my camera glasses as well, but I wasn't recording, unfortunately.
Spy glasses.
I don't know what happened. I've gone faster down worse. Like that video I sent to UK, I've been down that kind of things faster. And I was just on the canal, grassy bit at the side of the path where you could see people had already ridden down it. So it was like a trench where people had gone through. I just went down it. I don't know what happened if it was like a sharp bit at the bottom. Honestly, no idea. Next minute, I'm on the ground. I wasn't going that fast and went along the canal. I don't want to go in the canal.
Next minute, I'm on the ground crying.
All busted up.
Ooh.
No, actually, I couldn't insert picture of me after it because the friend that I was with took a picture and I'm just like red everywhere with blood. Disclaimer, if you're squeamish, turn away now.
Ouch.
I feel your pain,
Yeah.
though. I fell off a bike last year.
This stuff happens, doesn't it? As long as
Bust
you're wearing a
your knee.
helmet, it's alright. The one day that it was red hot as well, and I was like, oh, I'll put my shorts on and
Oh,
get everything out. But then Saturday I went out into Manchester, had a few drinks in a succulent Chinese buffet. So
Nice.
out hobbling around Manchester, but it was alright.
What'd you do, fraud?
I spent the weekend painting everywhere. Went to collecting paint. Painting today. Went to the pub yesterday. Watched United get annihilated.
Oh, God, yeah.
Regular occurrence.
Yeah, every podcast, innit?
Yeah, and then unfortunately I missed the Masters, so I'm going to watch the highlights tonight.
Annihilated.
Annihilated.
Is he froze?
My Wi-Fi, something up with my Wi-Fi. I feel like I'm watching Katy Perry on here.
I'm just saying, it's just landed, hasn't it?
Is it?
It's just landed.
What, the back?
Yeah, the back.
Expensive day out.
Yeah, I didn't really.
So,
I didn't really do much, to be fair, this weekend. Can't remember it, to be honest with you. Just watched the golf. That's basically been my weekend, I think, just watching golf.
Passed me by, that golf. Wish I'd got into it, but it was too late. I stuck it on yesterday, but I weren't up to scratch with it.
Yeah,
I can't
that's
believe I
it.
missed it.
I went to Car Boot yesterday. Got me sent a pork sandwich. Hog
Nice.
roast. I'll tell you what, it was authentic There's this guy. He had like a big barrel, like a barrel on its side. Lifted it up. Had 2 full pigs in there with heads on. Still, absolutely mad. Proper hog roast. Yeah, nice shiny though.
Little piggy went to market.
I do like a walk around a car boot on a Sunday. Rory McIlroy finally completed his Grand Slam. That's current affairs.
I can't believe I didn't watch it.
Never get that back.
No. It's like the tension of it.
Oh, God, honestly. He went to a playoff.
Yeah, with Justin Rose, wasn't it?
Yeah, fair play to that guy, though. He's so respectful.
Oh, yeah.
It were mint. It were quality. I just thought, no, I think he's going to choke again. When he missed that last putt, he was putting to win the Masters, and he missed it. And I was just like, oh, no. To be honest with you, it kind of made it even better that he won it on playoff.
Well, did he not haul an absolute monster, Justin Rose, on the last or something?
I think he shot like 9 or 10 birdies on that last round. It was like insane. He weren't even in contention, and then he just popped up out of nowhere. And then it was like he's forced to play off here, and he was just crazy.
Oh, there's not much current affairs, to be honest.
Something happened to me that's quite crazy. Literally around the corner from me, a man was slashed with a samurai sword. After a dispute, apparently it was between neighbours or something. There was some dispute that happened.
Sounds like it.
Well, the guy that with the sword went out to put his bins out. This happened on Thursday. Went to put his bins out, had the sword behind the bin, and as the other guy came out, just went at him, slashed his forearm. Luckily, it wasn't life-threatening, but it was bad. Because I actually went out on my bike on Thursday, and I thought this helicopter was just like circling right above me, and I heard all these sirens. Yeah, found out some guy's been slashed it with a samurai sword out of everything.
End up getting your tyres slashed.
Yeah.
Where the hell has he got that from?
It was a man in his 60s, so I don't know. He was in his 60s, the guy that slashed it, and then the other guy was in his like 40s or 50s or something.
Kill Bill.
I was coming out with a sword.
For some reason, I'd expect the 40-year-old to be the one with the sword, not the 60.
He's obviously going to get him bothered for that, isn't he?
Yeah, that'll be a attempted murder, wouldn't it?
Why? What?
What's the point? Like,
what's the dispute about?
I know, it must be bad.
Get him sword out.
Can't be that bad that you've got to get your sword out.
Wonder if he must have a few things that grind gears.
Yeah, it's been a build-up, hasn't it, that?
Yeah.
You don't go from 0 to sword, do you?
I know.
I reckon it's going to be something to do with fences, bins.
Bins.
The thing is, though, I think they're not even neighbours next to each other. They were neighbours, like, across the street kind of thing. So
Parking. Got to be parking.
I think we've just solved it.
Yeah.
We're an unsolved crime. Yeah, parking.
It all points to parking.
Maybe cameras, they might be involved. You're positioning your camera facing my house too much. Oh, where's my sword?
Your outdoor light's too bright.
Yeah, surprised I haven't had that one. I've got a right monster outside. When that comes on, not had no swords coming at me yet, though.
Yet.
I got one suggested to me, but it's not. It's definitely not a gear grinder. A lot of them are not gear grinders, to be fair. People who say Witherspoon, not Wetherspoon. In fact, I wonder if they've stopped the steak yet. Everywhere. That is mental. But it's true. It's definitely. It might have even happened, by now.
I hope not, because that's near enough one of my tour staples.
I know.
Mine's still got it. Steaks and Grills, classic 8-ounce sirloin. Still got it for now.
When are they dropping it? It does say they are doing it. Right, I've got a bit more intel here. It says the menu changes will take place on the 14th of May. It says they're stopping the Steak Club, and I'm not sure if they're taking it all off.
I don't think you can take it all, can you? It's a big part of the menu, that.
Somebody's wrote, I'm sure they will regret this. It's a clear mistake.
God's sake. God's steak.
Yeah, looks like they are losing it.
There's so much other stuff they can get rid of.
I know.
Loads.
Go on, name one. I know what you mean, there is.
Yeah.
There is. I've been bitten on my leg and I've just found it. That is a big gear grinder. I think I ran about it the other day when I post slides.
Yeah.
Or something. Get in the bin.
Katy Perry's just got out at Rocket. Just kissing ground.
Was it really worth it?
I tell you what, they all look happy to be back on ground.
It was probably their choice to go up.
Yeah, get in there.
See, imagine if that had blown up.
Chuffing hell.
It could have.
Well, I mean, you look at the statistics on them, I bet it doesn't really stack up. Does it?
There's a lot probably that can go wrong.
You look at the what?
Statistics. Statistics.
What were that other one we're doing ages ago? Dick Dastardly.
Yeah.
Dick Dastardly. What about your new Barbie?
Class. Great beast.
Is it?
Yeah, that is getting some hammer this year. I was thinking about, Sun's gone in, but I was thinking about doing like a spatchcock chicken, Nando's style.
There's a comment here actually from Lee and Donna. They said, new segment for the podcast. What have you been cooking this week?
Nice, like it. Good new section.
Did we all have a barbecue? Oh no, Trent,
Nah,
we're out in
I was
Manchester,
out.
weren't he?
Yeah.
I cooked some chili and honey sausages, a T-bone steak,
Sausages.
and some chicken thighs. And I made some chimichurri, homemade, banging, still in fridge actually. I had an Indian last night, but as of today I've not cooked anything. I had a Scotch egg, bit of pocket meat.
Yeah.
Oh, and the rest of my curry.
I cooked some boneless chicken thighs and a couple of lamb steaks, which I minted.
Nice.
What else have we been cooking? I don't know what I'm having later, to be fair.
I've got a new obsession with the other week when I went to Haworth and I had this sandwich. It was just basically like a New Yorker, and I've just been absolutely hammering them. I do get little obsessions like that, and I'll have that. Like, yeah, bagel, pastrami, Emmental, gherkins, mustard,
Can't be a gherkin.
toasted.
Nice. Tell you what I did do. Cooked a couple of pizzas the other day. I got my pizza oven out. Did some of them. That were nice. Really good. Fresh mozzarella on it. Beautiful.
I tried making mozzarella last year.
Any
Are we
good?
supposed to hang it and let it all drip out? Or am I thinking of a different cheese?
No, not that one, I don't think. But the milk was pasteurised, so it didn't quite work right
How many times have you tried making your own cheese?
once. And then probably accidentally made it, trying to make something else.
That's just popped up on Twitter. Do you remember when Robbie Fowler did that snorting celebration?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know he would get a 4-game suspension? Guess how much he will fined? 44 grand.
44. Why 44? Where did they pluck these figures from?
Yeah, someone's gone 45 grand, and someone's gone nah.
Bit
44.
harsh.
Yeah.
Parking tickets. Why is it 35 quid?
Somebody's decided it. I don't think I've had a parking ticket before.
I got done by one of them parking eye things once outside a pub. But then you can get out of, and I did get out of it.
How many out of the 4 members have crashed a car? I have. Trent
know.
definitely has.
Trent does it weekly.
I have.
Which leaves 1.
What, crashed a car?
Yeah,
No.
still time.
No, never.
Trent couldn't see his coming.
No, did it to itself.
Completed crashing cars. He started crashing his bike now.
Yeah.
Crash Bandicoot.
Adrenaline junkie.
Yeah.
How many band members have fell over on stage? I very
my
nearly
God.
have. I know Trent has. have you ever fallen over on stage, Frody?
It's fallen up a stage before.
Yeah.
I fell up. I've got a scar on my leg from that.
That happened on the same tour that I fell on stage, didn't it? She's like, you
I think
did it in
I have tripped.
Southampton.
I think there is a video, I'm sure. Did you not send it me?
Yeah.
And I very nearly stack it.
Yeah. It was funny though. Well, obviously I didn't see it at the time. I think it popped up on Twitter, this video of us playing Sirens, and it's the bit where you're going and you're like absolutely loving it, going and then you get to walk back to your bike stand and you like stand on like a multi-core or something.
Yeah.
Nearly stacked it. You rolled your ankle slightly.
That video.
Yeah, I've done that
singing?
quite a few times. Oh,
That video.
With backing vocals. How does that?
yeah, because Falling was, at one point, was this first tune in the set, wasn't it?
Laughing at him.
Never heard.
That you never had.
Absolutely loving it.
Insert
Yeah.
When you get
Yeah, so-
excited on stage.
Decided to
They
take
were in the
weed.
Ritz. They were in the Ritz. They were absolutely bouncing. Yeah, and I'd had one too many blue M&Ms.
Jumped on lead vocals. That you never had.
Sounded sick.
Didn't you? Something happened with Trent once, did it? Where he's.
Oh, no, that's the best one. When we played God Nick
Oh,
African.
yeah. Oh, it's like, where is that video? Yeah, was it Nick? And he just
That
had
is funny.
my vocal like louder than keys, and I just came in singing, and it's like, I heard it, and I was like, oh my God, it sounds like it's coming through a speaker right next to the phone. I was like, no, imagine the people stood at the front.
No, but that day, do you not remember? So we played Benny Cassim. This is a great story actually. So we went to Stansted. We flew from Stansted, and it was delayed like 2 or 3 hours.
Something like that.
So we were like, we went, well, there's only one thing for it, really.
Spoons.
Just went to Spoons. Must have had all of us about 7
We
pints.
did the Spoons game as well, didn't we? So they just kept coming.
Easily. And then we were convinced that we weren't going to get to Benny Cassim, so we went somewhere else instead. Spoons. Anyway, got to Benny Cassim, and we got there 10 minutes before we went on stage.
Yeah.
And
Didn't even do checking in, did we? We just drove us straight to stage.
Yeah.
straight to the back of the stage. And it was an unreal gig, that.
Yeah.
And then
Literally. Got
up at 3 in the morning,
Ooh.
fly back to Stansted, then drive to Bristol. Everyone's shattered. And then Trent goes on lead vocal.
How I'm
Nick
thinking of
just
that.
apparently went like this on desk.
I'm thinking of that
funny.
time we played Neighbourhood, and you kept on unplugging your bass and plugging it back in. It
It's
was
because whoever were doing tech, it was somebody that never done it before. It plugged everything in wrong, and I was like, "Well, this is going to sound shocking because it's for falling." And I was like, "I need this sound for it."
PA up.
Well, I said, I was like, I don't even know what happened, but I think actually Nick muted it out front, but whoever was on monitors or whatever, side fills, just hadn't muted it. So, like, for God's sake, this is like my 4th gig with this.
That is my worst fear, though, that stacking it on stage. You don't want to be doing that.
I nearly got my head chopped off by Brandon's ride cymbal.
I nearly stacked it in Glasgow in early days once. Tripped over my own guitar cable. I had a silly pair of Chelsea boots on for some reason. I don't think that helped. But I went absolutely flying back over his drum kit, but somehow just managed to save it. But that's closest I've come. But it is a big fear of mine. Probably the biggest fear. Being on stage, falling off. Or falling over. Falling off would be even worse.
Yeah, Dave Grohl when he
Yeah. The
fell
edge.
off stage.
Well, see, that's another thing. Like on that, you get on the sub sometimes, don't you, Trent? And I've done it a few times, but
Just risk it.
there's that much going on.
There is a lot. There is a lot, and
Massive
a lot of the
pedal board
times,
and cables.
a lot of times when I go back, my cable from my bass gets stuck on something, so I get pulled. Yeah, it's not great, but I love doing it. So
Done that a
just
few
gonna do it.
times, no, in early days, where you do same thing, go forward, good reason not to do it now, and then you come back, your cable's got stuck round a can of Red Stripe or something daft, and it's just spilled everywhere, and you're like, oh, what an idiot. So many things you've got to think about that people don't take into consideration. Not falling over.
Worst is when gear goes down. That's horrendous.
Well, one of the worst was when we were doing Kaiser Chiefs tour and the lead vocal mic went, didn't it?
Yeah,
Near
We
enough
were just
from
playing,
the night, wasn't
playing
it?
instrumental.
yeah. And then I had to like jump on your mic.
Yeah,
But-
yeah.
But obviously, it's my mix, so I ain't got you
Yeah.
in my normal mix, but I'm singing on your mic, so I can't even hear what I'm singing, and it's a loud stage, and it's like, I don't even know if I'm in tune here. Nightmare. That's happened a few times, where the lighting guys blacked out alt stage, and Brandon's kicking in, and I'm thinking, I don't even know what tune we're playing.
Yeah, I've had that. I think there was one on, might have been the Keen tour, and then it's like a full blackout, and then I'm like playing a harmonica or something like that. It might have been like Face the Music,
Harmonica.
and I'm like, what?
You played a harmonica.
A harmonic, sorry. Yeah, or strobes. I've had that. Strobes, when you're trying to play something, you know, when you're like in a club, when strobe lights come on,
Yeah,
you do like the
looks
robot.
choppy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, give over! Like, I can't see. It's all part of the fun of it.
Right, everyone, this is the new music section. This is where we all pick a tune you may or may not have heard by an artist. Could be a new artist, an old artist, or anywhere in between.
Right, I'll kick it off for a change. It came on yesterday as I was driving to the pub just to have a quick pint with my mum and dad. Came on, I think it were on Greatest Hits, or no, Radio 2. And I was like, what is this? And it had like a mad sound happening. Proper old rock and roll tune. Deep Purple, and the song is called Black Night.
Yeah.
Oh, tune.
A tune.
And it's
Such
on
a good song.
the album Deep Purple in Rock. I think it came out in 1970. Yeah, remember. It's on that album, I think. Check that out. Black Night. Ray tune.
My tune is from a band called the Shambolics
Nice.
from Glasgow, and they've got a tune called Losing Your Mind. Came on the other day on Shuffle. Great tune.
I'm going to go for a band called Cloud Control. I've been listening to them for a few years now. They got a tune called Scar. Check that out. It's a mint tune. I think they're Australian. Pretty sure they are. But yeah, mint band. Check them out.
Nice.
I'm going to go with a band I've listened to for quite a few years, actually, called Fangclub. Fangclub. They're like a alt rock band from Ireland. One of my favourite songs of theirs is called All Fall Down. It's got a lot of energy to it, and it just sounds like a wall of sound when it kicks in. So they kind of give me a vibe of like early Biffy Clyro, got a bit of a grungy vibe to them. So if you're into that, go check them out. Really good band.
Nice.
Sweet.
Fan comments. This is where we read out your comments and questions from past podcasts.
Nice.
So Ben Lockyer has asked, "What's the heaviest session you lads have had on tour?" I think we probably spoke about it already, but is it going to be the one in Belgium?
What, in gym?
Yeah.
The Battle of Mons.
The Battle of Mons. Pretty.
I don't think it could get any heavier.
Although, that day off in Madrid.
Yes, that could
That
rival
was
it.
well up there.
Well, even the night.
Yeah.
I nearly got my passport kicked through the door and left in Madrid.
I'd say, what are the top? They're probably the top three, aren't they? Madrid in general. Them 2 days, well, heavy. First night were heavy. Trent absolutely sent it. Watching Kings of Leon side stage.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
All thinking he's going to end up breaking one of Caleb's guitars or something here. And then, yeah, that were heavy. I can't remember the end of that night with police and that. If there were police.
Yeah.
You were asleep for
No,
it.
100%.
Slept through that. Can't remember that. Second day, you'd think we'd take a notch off. No, not us. I can remember at the time it shocked me. You were all on about police and stuff like that, and we're all just severely hungover. And I'm like, police, and then you told me the story. And then we walked out of the hotel, and in my mind, I was thinking, right, we're probably going to get some breakfast and a coffee. We went straight to the pub. Literally went, I didn't even think we had hope to eat, we just went straight to the pub.
About 10 o'clock in the morning, weren't it?
We go again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that were heavy. But,
Just
I don't know.
past sangria and pints.
Pretty hard to go against Mons that last time, though. That was heavy.
Yeah. So that's them.
This is a random one from Dean. When do you throw away your toothpaste? Or do you always think there's one last squeeze and get the last tiny bit out? Do you not cut it? I cut it, and then you can get it out rather than having to try and squeeze it all
Definitely
out.
don't cut it.
Definitely never cut it.
I've never cut a toothpaste tube.
You do with like anything in a tube.
But then again, maybe Trent's living in 2030.
Yeah, you get it all out if you cut it.
No.
Can't waste it.
No.
I quite enjoy the challenge, that squeeze, because you've got to get your hands up here.
Yeah.
No one's squeezing bottom of toothpaste.
No, and then you get in your
here.
tooth, and then you're doing it with 2 hands,
Yeah.
and then you go down to 1 hand, and it goes back in, and you're going, no!
Yeah, you've got to be quick. There's either the double hand thing, up here, dinosaur hands, or, like say, you go down to 1 hand and you use the other one to just push it through, and then you've got to be quick.
Might use that as an excuse next time I'm late.
Nicola has said, any plans for Scottish in-store dates in your busy schedule? Do we have any Scottish ones?
I'm not sure. We can have a look at doing one. It depends on...
When do we play Glasgow?
That's what I'm thinking. Do we do one on the same day as that? I'm not sure. We'll have to have a look at that.
The 30th for May, the day before Manchester. This one's been here for a while. From Jenny Smits. Would it be nice to hear The Night live? Such a lovely little tune. And gives you a break between the dancier songs.
2 minutes, that tune, innit?
Never played it, have we?
No.
That's a Woodcock song, innit?
Oh, I haven't heard that in ages. That reminds me of, is it News at 10? Or something like that?
News at 10?
You know, it's the news. I don't watch the news, but there's a news programme, you know, and it like goes, boop, boop. There's something about the sound of it that reminds me of the news. That just reminds me of news.
She's also said, this was from like a while ago. Do you remember when we were talking about the person in front of you, Alex? It was like this on the barrier. Was it a Shed 7 gig? She said, by the way, Alex, in Manchester Academy, someone in front of me in the first row facing you was looking at Blur merchandise on their phone during the show. Like, what? There's a theme here. Well,
Don't happen on our side at stage,
no.
does it?
No. Hey, I've got some good news. Just seen that pop up. Radio X, John Kennedy's added Everything Must Make Sense to his explosion thing.
Nice.
Legend.
Nice.
Oh, man.
So if you're watching, John, thank you.
Yeah.
Legend.
Right, everybody, that's been episode 25 of the Sherlocks podcast. Thank you for joining us. Get in the comments. We always like to hear from you. We'll read them out in the fan comments section.
That's it. We're going on tour. We're in Europe next week, so I reckon we'll just squeeze one in just before we're on
That's a
road.
shout.
What, is it next week?
Yeah.
We'll be filming a podcast, I'd imagine, whilst we're on road, maybe.
Depends on dates. Like, yeah, well, definitely not next week. The week after, yeah, we'll be in Amsterdam, so we should record one in the dressing room at Amsterdam.
Yeah, well,
But
there you go.
look forward to that one.
But yeah, cheers, everybody. Episode 25. Come on, Frody.
Like, share, subscribe, and comment.
Right.
Bye.
See you next week.